Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Superman. Surprise! So I guess I was able to film a video before Fantastic Four. So yeah, it was like a really minor surgery, just a dental thing. But yeah, it went well and I'm still recovering, but I'm able to speak, as you can see. You might notice a little swelling still because I'm not 100% yet, but hopefully it's not super noticeable. And yeah, I went and watched the new Superman film today, and I'm here to let you know if it's worth a movie trip. So I don't really think I need to explain to you what Superman is. However, this film does things a little bit differently. So, in case you don't know, this is not an origin story. I'm pretty sure this takes place like 3 years after like Superman becoming Superman. So 3 years or something like that. So a few years after Superman becoming a hero and starting like saving people. So this is not, as I said, the origin story of Superman. And I guess that's pretty much what you need to know. I didn't even know that. I just wanted to go in blind. But yeah, I think it's something that you should know because I was indeed expecting like an origin story. I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. I think I would be okay if it was. Obviously, that's what I was expecting. But it was something different and I liked that. But before I get ahead of myself, let me tell you who stars in the film. You probably already know. But this stars David Corenswet. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Rachel Brosnan. Again, probably butchering her name. Nicholas Holt and Nathan Fillion and Eddie Gadetti. Again, why does all these people have like complicated names? And it's funny because this also stars a Portuguese model, now actress, Sara Sampaio. And I actually, not to flex it, but I was able to meet her last year at the Tribeca Festival Lisbon. And yeah, I was like, this is basically her first major role. I think she only did like few little roles and just in short films, nothing really major. This is her like biggest thing. And I don't know, but I feel like James Gunn just has a thing for the Portuguese actresses, because in the Suicide Squad he had Daniela Melchior, and in this one he has Sara Sampaio. So it's like something about the Portuguese, in this case girls, but like the Portuguese people, just appeals to James Gunn, and it's nice to see that. And I've rambled enough, so let's just get to my thoughts. So my overall thoughts on Superman is that it's a fine film. It's kind of looks like a bad thing. It's not, but it's just a good standard basic film. I liked it. I had a good time. It was entertaining. There is a lot that I liked in the film, but at the same time, I don't know, it just didn't really get to me. Like, I was rooting like for Superman and for Lois Lane, but I was never really like, I didn't have like strong feelings. That's it. I think it's a fine film. It's entertaining and enjoyable and I liked it. but it's not like groundbreaking, and it's, in my opinion, it's not that like the biggest release of the summer. There are a lot of films that are coming out this summer that could potentially be like the hit of the summer, like F1, which I haven't seen yet, but F1 was being labeled as that. There was a lot of marketing for this one, for Superman. Fantastic Four is coming out at the end of the month, so a lot of like really big films, and this is a good film, but it's not that different from other things that we have seen from other Superman films. What I really enjoyed, and definitely my favorite thing about the film, is the cast. I think the cast was so well chosen. Like every single actor is that character. Obviously, I loved Henry Cavill as Superman, but I think David, I'm not going to say his last name because I'm going to butcher it, but I think he is Clark Kent and Superman, and I actually think he's better as Clark Kent than Superman. But either way, like he is that character. Same thing goes for Rachel as Lois Lane, and even Nicholas Hoult, who I had my doubts about Lex Luthor. Not that I didn't think he could like do a good character and be good, but like I couldn't really see him as Lex Luthor. I think he was like amazing, and I totally believed that he was Lex Luthor, and I should have expected that because Nicholas Hoult is amazing in everything he does. And yeah, everyone was amazing. And actually, I think my favorite thing is Crypto. So the dog is definitely one, if not the standout. Story-wise, as I said, they did something different with this not being an origin story. But like the plot is... It's not that it's basic, but it doesn't really feel that original. It's like expected, and I mean, I wouldn't say predictable either, because I didn't know where it was going, but obviously you expect for Superman to win at the end, regardless of what happens in between like the beginning of the film and the end. Like you expect it to have like an happy ending of sorts. So yeah, it just felt really familiar and not super original. And I actually, like, the thing that I liked the least was the tone, because James Gunn really likes to inject some like comedy in his films, and that works with Guardians of the Galaxy and with the Suicide Squad. But with Superman, like a few touches of comedy didn't really hit that well. It was, yeah, I don't know, just something about the tone of the film didn't really feel right. But it's nothing that just like put me off. I was engaged and I wanted to see what was going on and what was going to happen next. But yeah, I felt like the tone of the film wasn't super consistent, and again, it's just a film that I don't have like really, really strong feelings about. I think it's a good film, but it's not that big movie of the summer. And I guess post that, let's get to my scores. So overall, this might be a little bit harsh, but that's how I feel. I'm gonna give the film a 3 out of 5, because I mean it's good, but like a 3.5 I think would be too much for what this is. I like the actors, the cinematography was fine, and on that note, like cinematography, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 actually, because I liked the color grading. There were some shots that were really pretty. but again, nothing super stylized. In originality, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5, just because they did something different. As I said, not being an origin story, but apart from that, like, I mean, you can't really change a lot of things. I'll give them that. Lex Luthor basically has to be the villain, and they did do a few different things, but again, as I said, like the flow of the film, like how the plot evolves, felt very familiar. So yeah, guys, these are my thoughts on Superman 2025. I don't know, the new Superman film, the James Gunn Superman. Yeah, I think if you are a fan of Superman, you should go watch it. If you are Portuguese, go watch it for Sara Sampaio, because her character isn't major, but it's more important than I thought she would be. And I mean, it's an easy character for her. I think, it's nothing really deep, but yeah, she was good, better than the other things that I've seen her in. And yeah, as I said, it's a fine film. It's good, it's entertaining, but it's nothing groundbreaking. And yeah, if you want just to watch something that you know it's gonna be good, go watch it if you are a fan of Superman. And yeah, if you have seen it already, please tell me in the comments what you thought. If you haven't, tell me if you are excited about this one. Tell me if you are more excited about Superman or Fantastic Four. I bet you already know which one I'm more excited. Obviously, I wasn't actually planning on doing this review. It just happened that I was able to go watch it and I was well enough to film the video. So yeah, but tell me in the comments what you are expecting of this new Superman film. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!